So in today's video, we're going to look at how to pull data from one Google Sheet to another and use different criteria. So we could use, for example, sales rep and or sector to determine what pulls through. So let's go ahead and copy these column headers real quick. And then I'm going to go a couple rows down and I'm going to do values only just so I can manually do this because I don't want this to be a table over here. And then what we can do is let's do sales rep and sector, and then we'll add a drop down here after a little bit. Let's show you how to pull in this data real quick first. So we can use a import range formula, and then inside this we use a URL and then a range string, which is the tab and the range we want to use. So from the source, we can use either just the ID. So that's something to keep in mind. You can use just this part, and it's between these forward slashes, or you can use the whole URL. And so if you want something short, you can just use the ID. But if you want to be able to quickly copy and paste for that URL, then you can take the whole thing. So for example, here, if we were going back and we're like, hey, where does this come from? You could just copy and paste this into a new tab, and then you'll be able to go back to that source sheet. So that's one advantage of using the whole URL. And then the next thing we need is either the tab name, which is sales here, and then the range, which would be like A2 to E in this case. Or if you have a table, you can use the table name. And so I'm going to show you both. And so let's go in here and let's first of all start with just the table name. So that's just sales. And then the first time you do this, you're going to have to allow access. And then after that, it will automatically sync. And so there's all our data there. And then the other thing we could do is change this to A2 to E. Now, the table and the tab name is the same. So let me just change this to something else like data maybe. And then we can update this here. So you can just see it turned into a ref. So you can't find that sales tab anymore. Let's just change that to data. So you can tell that that is different. All right. So next, how would we filter it by sales rep and or sector? So the first thing is, if you don't need a drop down, if you just want this like this and just pull certain data in, then what we could do is simply something like this. So query, and then we could do select all. That's what that asterisk is, wildcard meaning all, where let's say column 3 is equal to Katie. And we need to do that in single quotes there. Katie, double quote, and end up there. So this is how you could do just filtering by Katie. If, for example, this is going to be Katie's sales sheet. You could also add, and column 4 is equal to finance maybe. And that'd be just Katie and finance. That'd be the easiest way if you want to do that. Now, if you want to add a drop down and be able to select, I want to see Katie or I want to see Wayne, etc., then we're going to want to use a different approach. So we could add a drop down manually here and populate the options, but an easier way to do this if you're trying to filter is going to be creating a data tab where we're going to store that data. And so I'm just going to copy these two. And the reason why I'm copying both, this is the header and that's that formula there. So if I come over here, let's just paste, and then our import range is in place. So there we go. Go ahead and delete the rest of these columns. Hold down Shift, right click, delete columns. And so now when we have this data over here, first of all, we could protect it if you don't want anyone to mess with it. And so you can do this. You can restrict who can edit this sheet. You can also just do show warning, but this one will make sure no one can touch it. And that's a great thing if you want to really protect it. And then once it's protected, then you can hide it. And at this point, anyone without permission cannot even view it. Let me go ahead and just remove that for now. All right. So now that we have this data tab, first of all, we can populate these dropdowns. So let's go ahead and do that. Drop down from range, click on select data range, click in here, and then this will be rep. So I can select that, remove the N rows, so C2 to C. And then if you like chips, you can keep it like this. Otherwise, you can change it to an arrow. So it's up to you. And then we're going to add another rule for the sector here. And again, drop down from range, click, click, and then come over here sector, remove n reference, okay. And again, scroll down and change to an arrow. Now we're done with our data validation, so I can remove this formula here. Let's go ahead and get rid of these extra columns as well. So I just clicked on this one, and then I scroll over, hold down Shift, click on this one, right click, and delete columns. All right, so let's go ahead and put one in here. So Katie. So we could use a query again, but maybe it's easier to use filter. So I'll just show you how to use filter real quick. And then we'll probably use query again to finish this out. But let's go ahead and select sales rep equals and Katie. So if you noticed, I would select a couple rows and then delete the end reference, and it's just faster than trying to scroll down. So if we go like that, there we go. So there's date, name, sales rep. If I change the sales rep, it automatically updates. So that's a quick way to do that. And then we could add the sector as well if you want to select both. And so in this case, we just do data, and it would be the next column, D2 to D equals to C2. And so there you go. Now the issue is if I delete one of these, then we have this error. We could wrap this in a if statement and do something like if, this one's blank and that one's not blank, whatever. But at this point, it's probably easier to do a query. And the reason why is because query, we can easily put multiple conditions together and without using any if statements that surround the whole thing. So in other words, if we use a filter, we'd have to repeat the filter formula every time. But in this case, what we can do is just say select all, like this, and then all the data comes through. And then over here, instead of doing an if statement around this and repeating it, we can do it within it. And so we can say if this is not blank, or we could just say is blank, either way. So is blank, we'll like this, and then put our condition, which would be and column 3 is equal to, and then we're going to put our little condition here. Let's see, and B2. So something like that. I'm skipping a where, so I need to do where column 1 is not null. There we go. So make sure we get this whole thing in there. So what happened was I was missing this where. So if I do this, then I can add conditions. So there's Wayne. Now if I remove it, it shows all of them again. So here's the genius part, is I can repeat this again, copy, paste, and then I'm going to update this to C, column 4, and C again, and there we go. So now if I select technology, now it's Katie in technology, finance, Katie in finance, and then I can remove, for example, this one. I see everything with finance and so forth. So that is it for today's video. Make sure to check out the other videos on our channel for more tutorials on both Google Sheets and AppScript. And as always, have a great day.